Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today's topic is one of the most important steps in learning English, thinking in English. When you learn to think in English, you will speak faster, understand better, and feel more confident. It might sound difficult, but don't worry. I will show you simple steps to help you start thinking in English. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to begin this journey. Let's get started. Why should you think in English? Many people will translate English into their native language in their heads. This takes time, and sometimes the sentences come out wrong. For example, if your first language is Spanish and you want to say tango hamra, you might think of the words, I have hunger. Well, that's understandable. The correct way to say it in English is, I'm hungry. Thinking in English helps you avoid these mistakes. It also saves time because you don't have to translate everything. Plus, it makes you feel more comfortable when speaking because you don't have to stop and think about every word. Step 1. Start with simple vocabulary. The first step to thinking in English is learning simple words. Look around you right now. What do you see? Maybe a table, a chair, a phone, or a book. Start naming these things in English in your mind. For example, table, chair, phone, book. If you don't know the word for something, check a dictionary or use a translation app. Write it down and practice saying it in your mind. Step 2. Think about actions in English. Now that you know some words, try to think about actions. What are you doing right now? Maybe you are sitting, watching, or listening. Say these actions in your mind in English. I am sitting, I'm watching a video, I'm learning English. You can do this for anything you do during the day. For example, when you wake up, think, I am waking up, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm having breakfast. This helps you connect actions with words and think in English without translating. Step 3. Describe your surroundings. Take a moment to look around you. What do you see? Describe it in English in your mind. For example, the walls are white. There is a lamp on the table. The room is very quiet. This step improves your vocabulary and makes your thinking more natural. If you don't know how to describe something, look it up and practice. Step 4. Talk to yourself in English. Talking to yourself might feel strange at first, but it's a great way to practice thinking in English. You don't need to speak loudly, just say things in your mind. For example, what should I eat for lunch today? I think I'll have a sandwich. I need to go to the store later. Asking yourself questions and answering them in English is a fun and easy way to improve. Step 5. Imagine conversations. Imagining conversations is one of the best ways to train your brain to think in English. It's like creating a mental rehearsal for real-life situations. The idea is to simulate interactions that you might experience, so you feel more confident and prepared when they happen in reality. Why should you imagine conversations? It prepares you for real-life scenarios. When you imagine conversations, you practice the language you'll actually use. For example, if you often go shopping, imagining phrases like, how much does this cost? Or, where can I find the bread section? Makes it easier to speak when you're in a store. It trains your brain to think in English. Your brain starts to associate certain situations with English. For example, if you often imagine ordering food in a restaurant, You'll naturally think in English the next time you're dining out. It reduces anxiety. By practicing in your mind, you'll feel less nervous in real-life conversations. You'll already know what to say and how to say it. How to imagine conversations. Start with simple situations. Think about your daily activities. Imagine how a conversation might happen in these scenarios. At a grocery store. Excuse me, where can I find the milk? Do you have any discounts today? At a coffee shop. Can I have a cappuccino, please? Is there a seat available near the window? On the phone. Hello, can I speak to Mr. Smith? Thank you, I'll call back later. Add more details over time. Once you're comfortable with basic conversations, make them more complex. Imagine responses from the other person and how you would reply. For example, you. Can I have a cappuccino, please? Cashier. Sure. Would you like it hot or iced? You. Hot, please. And can you add extra foam? Practice specific vocabulary. If you're preparing for a specific situation, focus on learning the relevant vocabulary. For example, if you're traveling, imagine conversations at the airport. Where is the check-in counter for this airline? What time does the flight to London depart? Imagine emotional conversations. Think about how you might express feelings in English. For example, telling a friend about your day. I had a great day. I visited the park and saw a beautiful sunset. Complimenting someone. You did a great job with this project. Make it a habit. Incorporate it into your daily routine. While walking, cooking, or cleaning, take a moment to imagine conversations. Think about what you would say if someone asked, "What are you doing right now?" Use visual cues. Look around you for inspiration. If you see a book, imagine asking someone, "Have you read this book? Is it good?" Practice with real situations. After imagining a conversation, try it out in real life. If you're at a store, say what you practiced. Do you have this in a different color? Example practice. Imagine you're meeting a friend for the first time. You. Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? Friend. I'm good, thanks. And you? You. I'm doing well. What do you like to do for fun? Friend. I love hiking. How about you? You. I enjoy cooking. Maybe I can cook something for you one day. Practicing this helps you build confidence and improves your ability to respond naturally in English. Why this works? Imagining conversations is powerful because it combines creativity with language practice. It keeps your mind active in English and helps you feel ready for real interactions, even if you don't have anyone to practice with. This technique ensures you're still improving every day. So start imagining conversations today and enjoy the process. Step 6. Use English every day. To think in English, you need to use it every day. Change the language on your phone or computer to English. Watch English videos or listen to English music. Try to read English books, even if they are for beginners. For example, if you're on social media, try reading English captions. If you watch a video, think about what the people are saying. The more you see and hear English, the easier it will be to think in English. Step 7. Be patient. Learning to think in English is a process, And like any skill, it takes time. At first, you might find it slow or even frustrating. You may struggle to find the right words or feel like your thoughts are scattered. But this is completely normal. Don't be discouraged. Every learner goes through this stage, and with practice, you'll improve. Why does it feel difficult at first? Your brain is used to thinking in your native language. When you start thinking in English, you are essentially training your brain to work in a new way. It's like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you may fall or lose balance, but with time, you gain confidence and move faster. How to be patient with yourself. Focus on progress, not perfection. It's important to celebrate small victories. Did you manage to think in English for 5 minutes today? That's progress. Did you learn a new word and use it in your thoughts? Amazing. Understand mistakes are learning opportunities. Making mistakes is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of effort. When you notice a mistake, don't feel bad. Instead, think, I learned something new. For example, if you think, I go to the park, instead of, I went to the park, it's an opportunity to correct yourself and remember for next time. Keep practicing daily. Just like building muscles in the gym, thinking in English strengthens your brain's ability to process the language. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Celebrate your achievements. Sometimes it's easy to focus on what you can't do yet, but don't forget to appreciate how far you've come. Maybe a month ago, you couldn't form a full sentence in English in your mind, and now you can. Maybe today you've thought in English without even realizing it. Encouragement. Your journey matters. Think about this. Every time you practice thinking in English, you're one step closer to fluency. It doesn't matter if the step feels small. What matters is that you are moving forward. Take away. Be kind to yourself and enjoy the process. Thinking in English is not a race. It's a journey. With time, patience, and practice, you'll get there. And when you look back, you'll be proud of how much you've grown. Keep going, and remember you're doing great. Extra tips for thinking in English. Keep a diary in English. Write about your day in a notebook or on your phone. For example, today I went to the park. The weather was sunny. I saw a dog playing with a ball. This helps you practice vocabulary and grammar while thinking in English. Use flashcards. Make flashcards with English words and pictures. Look at the pictures and think of the words in English. Practice with friends. If you have a friend who is learning English, practice together. Talk about your day, ask questions, and help each other think in English. Conclusion. Learning to think in English is a powerful skill. Start small, practice every day, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you practice, the easier it will become. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now, we're going to talk about an interesting topic. Why is learning English so important? Whether you are a student, a professional, or just someone curious about languages, English can open many doors in your life. By the end of this video, you will know why English is more than just a language. It's a global key to opportunities. Let's get started. English is a global language. English is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. It's the official language in over 70 countries, including major nations like the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and South Africa. Additionally, it is often used as a second language in many countries where it is not official, such as India, Germany, and Japan. Why is this important? Because English acts as a bridge. People from different countries and cultures use it to communicate when they don't share a native language. For example, a Brazilian and a Korean meeting at an international conference will likely speak to each other in English. Imagine traveling to a place where you don't speak the local language, such as Japan, Italy, or Turkey. You may not know Japanese, Italian, or Turkish, but English is often the common language in tourist areas, airports, hotels, and restaurants. Here are a few examples. Asking for directions. How do I get to the train station? Ordering food. Can I have a coffee, please? Booking a room. Do you have a single room available? English is also the official language of many global organizations, such as the United Nations, the European Union, and the International Olympic Committee. This means that when important decisions are made or global events are organized, English is the primary language used. Moreover, English is often referred to as the language of business. International companies and industries rely on it for communication between teams in different countries. From emails and reports to meetings and presentations, English is the common ground that connects professionals worldwide. In summary, English is more than just a language. It's a tool that brings people together. Whether you're a traveler, a professional, or simply someone who loves meeting new people, English makes it easier to connect with the world. English is important for education. English plays a crucial role in the world of education. If you dream of studying abroad at prestigious universities like Oxford, Harvard, or Cambridge, knowing English is not just helpful, it's essential. These institutions, along with many others around the globe, conduct their courses and lectures in English. Without a good understanding of the language, it would be difficult to keep up with lessons, complete assignments, or participate in discussions. Access to top universities. Many of the world's most renowned universities are in English-speaking countries, such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. For example, Oxford University in the UK is famous for its centuries of academic excellence. Harvard University in the US offers world-class programs in almost every field. Cambridge University is another iconic institution where English is the medium of instruction. These universities often require students to pass English proficiency tests, such as IELTS or TOEFL, to demonstrate their ability to study in English. Without knowledge of the language, these opportunities may be out of reach. Global knowledge and resources. Even if you're not studying abroad, English is still key to accessing some of the best educational materials. Many groundbreaking research papers, scientific studies, and academic books are written in English. For instance, scientists and researchers often publish their findings in English to reach a global audience. Classic literature, modern novels, and influential essays are frequently available only in English or are best understood in their original language. For students studying in their home country, textbooks in subjects like science, mathematics, and business often include English terms or are written entirely in English. Universities also provide online courses and recorded lectures from top professors worldwide, most of which are in English. Online education. The rise of online education platforms like Coursera, edX, and Khan Academy has made it easier for people to learn from the best institutions without leaving their homes. However, most of the courses on these platforms are in English. For example, you could learn computer programming, data science, or marketing from experts. But a solid grasp of English is necessary to understand and follow the lessons. Opportunities for specialization. English also opens doors to advanced degrees and specialized fields. For example, medicine and healthcare. Many medical journals and case studies are in English. Engineering and technology. Software documentation and programming languages are primarily in English. Business and management. The latest theories and practices often originate from English-speaking countries. A universal skill for students. Even at a basic level, students benefit from learning English too. Understand terms and concepts that are used internationally, e.g., photosynthesis or economics. Write emails or reports for assignments. Participate in group discussions with peers from different backgrounds. In conclusion, English is a key that unlocks countless educational opportunities. It gives students access to the best universities, the latest research, and the ability to compete in a globalized academic world. Whether you plan to study abroad or excel in your home country, English is an invaluable tool for learning and success. English helps you get a better job. In today's global job market, English is one of the most valuable skills you can have. Many companies, whether local or international, actively seek employees who can communicate in English. This is because English is the universal language of business, connecting people from different countries and cultures. Regardless of your profession, having a good command of English can set you apart from other candidates and open doors to better job opportunities. Why companies value English. In many industries, being able to speak English is no longer just a bonus. It's a requirement. For instance, international companies, businesses like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, operate across multiple countries, and English is the common language for meetings, emails, and presentations. Employees need English to collaborate with colleagues worldwide. Tourism and hospitality. If you work as a hotel manager, tour guide, or flight attendant, English is essential for communicating with international guests. Medicine and healthcare. Doctors, nurses, and researchers often need English to read medical journals or attend international conferences. Engineering and IT. In technical fields, English is the standard for software development, project management, and technical documentation. Employers know that workers who speak English can handle international clients or business partners, understand global trends and developments, and represent the company more effectively on a global stage. English in the workplace. Even in jobs that don't seem connected to English, the language can play a crucial role. For example, customer service in retail or call center roles. Employees who speak English can assist customers from different countries, increasing customer satisfaction. Sales and marketing. If you work in sales, knowing English helps you reach a broader audience and negotiate deals with international buyers. Education. Teachers who speak English can teach the language or use it to access global teaching resources. In many countries, employees who speak English often earn higher salaries than those who don't. This is especially true in roles where you interact with clients, write reports, or present ideas in English. Real-world example. Imagine two job candidates applying for a sales manager position. Candidate A speaks only the local language. Candidate B speaks the local language and English. The employer is more likely to choose candidate B because they can communicate with both local and international clients. Jobs where English is a must. Here are some careers where English is especially important. Tour guide, explaining local history and culture to tourists from around the world. Flight attendant, assisting passengers and ensuring safety on international flights. Software engineer, writing code and collaborating with global teams. Journalist, reporting on international news or interviewing people from other countries. Entrepreneur, running a business with international clients or suppliers. English for career growth. Knowing English isn't just about getting a job, it's about growing in your career. Employees who can speak English are more likely to get promotions, to higher positions, be sent on international business trips, and lead important projects that involve global partners. For example, if your company wants to expand to another country, you might be chosen to manage the project because you can communicate effectively in English. How to use English at work. If you already have a job, you can use English to write professional emails, join online courses or training programs to improve your skills, watch webinars or conferences to learn from global experts, and network with professionals from different countries. In today's world, knowing English is one of the best ways to boost your career. It gives you access to better jobs, higher salaries, and more opportunities for growth. Whether you're a doctor, engineer, or teacher, English is the key to standing out in the job market. Start improving your English today to take the first step toward a brighter future. English is everywhere on the internet. The internet is a global resource connecting billions of people, and English is its dominant language. In fact, over half of the websites you visit are written in English. From social media posts to online courses, English plays a central role in how we share and consume information online. If you know English, you unlock access to a vast amount of content and opportunities that can help you learn, grow, and stay informed. Why English is the language of the internet. English is used on major platforms, websites, and apps because it's widely understood across the world. Whether you're reading a blog, watching a YouTube video, or scrolling through Instagram, there's a good chance the content is in English. For example, news websites and leading platforms like BBC, CNN, and the New York Times provide updates on global events in English. Social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram prioritize English for captions, hashtags, and trends. And educational platforms, sites like Coursera, Khan Academy, and edX, offer courses from top universities in English. Being able to understand English lets you participate in global conversations and learn directly from the world's top resources. English for learning and entertainment. Knowing English gives you access to countless online materials for both fun and education. Videos. You can watch tutorial documentaries and movies on YouTube, Netflix, or other platforms. Many of these videos are in English or have English subtitles, which can help you improve your language skills while enjoying yourself. Podcasts let you listen to experts discuss topics like science, history, or lifestyle, all in English. Courses and tutorials on platforms like Udemy and Skillshare offer lessons on everything from cooking to coding in English. Many are free or very affordable. For example, if you want to learn how to bake a cake, search for a tutorial on YouTube in English, and you'll find step-by-step instructions, new vocabulary, and the chance to improve your listening skills. Access to global communities. The internet connects people from around the world, and English is the bridge. Many online communities, forums, and discussion groups use English as their main language. Gaming communities, if you play online games, knowing English helps you communicate with teammates and enjoy the experience more. Hobby groups. Whether you love photography, gardening, or fitness, you'll find English-speaking groups on platforms like Reddit or Facebook. Professional networking sites like LinkedIn help you connect with professionals worldwide, and most of the profiles and posts are in English. Stay updated with global trends. English allows you to stay informed about the latest global news and trends. Technology, learn about new gadgets, apps, and software updates directly from their creators, as most tech companies release information in English. Health and science, discover new studies or health advice on sites like WebMD or National Geographic. Pop culture. Follow international celebrities, watch the latest Hollywood movies, or enjoy English songs from artists like Taylor Swift or Ed Sheeran. Free resources for learning. The internet is full of free English resources to help you grow online. Dictionaries. Use websites like Cambridge Dictionary to check meanings and pronunciations. Language apps. Apps like Duolingo and Memrise are available for free to help you practice English. Webinars. Attend free live classes or recorded sessions from experts in any field. English for career and personal growth. Understanding English helps you gain skills that can improve your job prospects and personal development. For example, learn programming languages like Python or Java through English tutorials. Access motivational videos or business advice from global leaders. And enhance your resume by taking free certifications in English from platforms like Google or Microsoft. Real-world example. Imagine you want to learn about climate change. If you only understand your native language, your options might be limited to local websites or translations. But if you know English, you can explore global sources like NASA's website, research papers, or TED Talks from experts worldwide. How to use the internet to practice English. If you already know some English, you can use the internet to practice every day. Change your settings. Switch the language on your phone, apps, and social media accounts to English. Follow English pages. Subscribe to channels or pages that share content in English, such as recipe videos, travel blogs, or fitness tips. Join English forums. Participate in discussions on platforms like Quora or Reddit to practice reading and writing. The internet is a powerful tool, and English is the key to unlocking its full potential. From learning new skills to staying informed, knowing English helps you make the most of the online world. Start using English on the internet today, and you'll discover endless opportunities to grow and succeed. English makes travel easier. Traveling to new places is exciting, but it can also be challenging if you don't speak the local language. That's where English comes to the rescue. Known as the global language, English is widely used in the travel industry, making it your best companion when exploring the world. From airports to hotels and restaurants, English bridges the communication gap and helps you navigate unfamiliar places with confidence. Why English is the travel language? English is the default language in many international locations. Even in countries where English isn't the first language, people working in tourism, such as hotel staff, airport workers, and taxi drivers, often speak basic English. This means you can use it to ask questions, understand directions, and solve problems during your trip. For example, at the airport, most signs, announcements, and boarding passes are in English, making it easier to find your gate or understand security instructions. In hotels, staff often communicate with guests in English, whether you're checking in, asking for room service, or requesting extra towels. In restaurants, menus frequently include English translations, especially in tourist areas, so you can choose your meals without confusion. Everyday scenarios where English helps when you travel. Many situations require clear communication. Knowing English ensures you can handle them easily. Here are some examples. At the airport, asking for directions. Excuse me, where is gate 25? Clarifying flight information. Is my flight on time? At a hotel, requesting amenities. Can I have extra pillows? Asking for information. What time is breakfast served? In a restaurant, ordering food. I'll have the grilled chicken, please. Checking dietary options. Do you have vegetarian dishes? In a taxi, giving directions. Can you take me to the train station? Confirming the fare. How much will this cost? These simple phrases in English can turn stressful situations into smooth experiences. Reading signs and maps. Most public places around the world use English for important signs and directions. At airports, you'll see signs like baggage claim or exit in English. On streets, you'll find English labels for landmarks, bus stops, and metro stations. Even maps often include English translations for tourist attractions, helping you navigate with ease. For example, if you visit Paris and want to see the Eiffel Tower, you'll notice signs with the words Eiffel Tower alongside French. This makes it easy to find your way without speaking French. Making friends while traveling. English also helps you connect with people from different cultures. Travelers from all over the world use English as a common language. You can make new friends, share stories, and even get travel tips by speaking English. For instance, meeting someone in a hostel. Where are you from? Or asking for recommendations. What's a good place to visit nearby? Sharing experiences like, I just visited the museum. It was amazing. These simple conversations can make your trip more enjoyable and memorable. Avoiding travel problems. Travel isn't always smooth. Sometimes you might miss a flight, lose your luggage, or need medical help. In these situations, English becomes even more important. At the airport, if your flight is delayed, you can ask for updates. When is the next flight to New York? At a hotel, if you lose something, you can explain the issue. I left my wallet in the room. Can you help me find it? In an emergency, if you feel sick, you can visit a doctor and explain your symptoms in English. I have a headache and a fever. Knowing English helps you handle problems without feeling helpless. Planning your travel even before you leave. English makes planning your trip easier. You can book flights. Airline websites are often in English, so you can choose dates, seats, and destinations easily. Reserve hotels. Most online booking platforms provide descriptions, reviews, and prices in English. Research destinations, travel blogs, and guides in English give tips about the best places to visit. Even shop, for example. If you're planning a trip to Tokyo, you can read an English travel guide to learn about popular spots like Shibuya Crossing or Tokyo Tower. Exploring local culture with English. Even though English isn't the native language in many countries, it's often used for cultural activities aimed at tourists. For instance, museums often provide English audio guides or brochures. Tour guides are frequently available in English. Tourist attractions like theme parks or historic sites usually have staff who can explain things in English. This allows you to enjoy the local culture and history without feeling lost or excluded. Tips for using English while traveling. Here are some simple ways to use English confidently while traveling. Learn basic phrases. Practice common travel phrases like, "How much does this cost?" or "Where is the restroom?" before your trip. Carry a phrase book. Keep a small book or app with English phrases and translations for emergencies. Speak clearly. Use simple sentences and speak slowly to ensure others understand you. Traveling is one of life's greatest adventures, and English makes it so much easier. Whether you're exploring a new city, meeting people from different cultures, or solving unexpected problems, English helps you communicate and enjoy your journey. So before your next trip, practice your English and get ready for an amazing experience. English is easy to start learning for many learners. English is considered one of the most accessible languages to start with. While every language has its challenges, English has some features that make it beginner-friendly. These characteristics can help you build confidence and stay motivated as you start your language learning journey. Simple grammar rules. One of the reasons English is easier to learn than some other languages is its straightforward grammar. While there are exceptions to the rules, as in any language, the basics are relatively simple. Verb conjugation is minimal in English. Verbs do not change drastically based on the subject, unlike languages like Spanish, French, or German. For example, I go, you go, we go, they go. Only the third person singular, he, she, or it, changes slightly. He goes. Compare this to a language like Spanish, where the verb ir, to go, changes into voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. For beginners, this simplicity is a big advantage. No gender for nouns. In English, Nouns are not assigned genders as they are in many other languages. For instance, in Spanish, a table, mesa, is feminine, and a car, coche, is masculine. In English, you simply say table or car without worrying about gender rules. This removes a layer of complexity for new learners. No complex cases. Unlike Russian or German, English does not have cases, nominative, accusative, dative, etc., that require changing the form of a word based on its role in a sentence. This makes constructing sentences simpler for beginners. Short and easy words. Many common English words are short and easy to pronounce. These simple words help beginners start communicating quickly without feeling overwhelmed. For example, animals, cat, dog, fish, bird, sizes, big, small, tall, short, basic actions, run, walk, eat, sleep. You can form simple sentences using these words right away, e.g., I have a dog, the cat is small, I want to eat. Additionally, many words in English are similar to words in other languages, especially if those languages are part of the Indo-European family. For example, family in English resembles familia in Spanish or famille in French. These similarities can make vocabulary easier to learn. Resources everywhere. Another reason English is easy to start learning is the abundance of resources available. Whether you prefer books, apps, videos, or games, there's something for every learning style. Apps and games, apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and Memrise, are designed to teach English step by step. They start with the basics, like introducing common words and phrases, and use games to make learning fun. Videos and podcasts. There are thousands of free videos and podcasts aimed at teaching English. Channels on YouTube, for instance, offer beginner lessons on pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Books and online courses, from beginner-level storybooks to structured online courses, you'll find endless options for learning English. Many of these materials focus on foundational skills, like forming sentences and asking questions, so you can start using English right away. English is everywhere. Even if you are not actively studying, you are probably exposed to English in your daily life. For example, music. Many popular songs are in English, and listening to them can introduce you to new words and phrases. Movies and TV shows, subtitled shows, can help you connect spoken English with its meaning. Products and technology, instructions and interfaces for many devices, apps, and websites are written in English. This exposure helps you pick up basic English naturally. Progress comes quickly. When you start learning English, you can see progress in a short time. With just a few words and phrases, you can already communicate basic ideas. For example, greeting someone, "Hello, how are you?" Introducing yourself, "My name is Anna, I am from Brazil." Asking simple questions. Where is the bus station? This quick progress motivates learners to keep going. You don't need years of study to say something meaningful in English. Step-by-step learning. Because English is relatively simple to start, you can break your learning into small, manageable steps. For example, start with basics. Learn numbers, colors, and common objects. Practice greetings. Learn how to say hello, goodbye, and introduce yourself. Form simple sentences. Combine the words you know to express basic ideas like, I like coffee. Expand vocabulary gradually. Add new words for everyday use, like food, clothes, and places. Each small success builds your confidence and makes learning enjoyable. Confidence without overwhelm. Unlike some languages, English doesn't demand perfection from the start. Even with basic grammar and vocabulary, you can communicate effectively. For example, if you say, I go to store, people will still understand you, even though the correct sentence is, I am going to the store. This flexibility allows you to focus on learning without worrying too much about making mistakes. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. English is a beginner-friendly language with simple grammar, short words, and plenty of learning resources. Its global presence ensures you're exposed to it almost everywhere, making it easier to start and keep improving. By learning step by step and celebrating small wins, you'll find that English is not just easy to begin, but also fun to master. Now you know why learning English is so important. It connects the world, helps with education, improves job opportunities, and makes life easier when you travel. It also gives you access to the internet and new cultures. If this video helped you understand the value of English, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more tips and lessons. Now we're diving into something essential: how to speak English better than ever before. Have you ever felt like, no matter how much you study, speaking English still feels challenging? You're not alone. Many learners feel the same way. But here's the great news. You can improve, and it doesn't have to take years. With the right techniques, you can start speaking more confidently right now. Chapter 1. The start of your journey. What makes fluent speakers different? Surprisingly, it's not that they know every word or never make mistakes. In fact, fluent speakers make mistakes all the time. What truly sets them apart is their confidence, the ability to keep communicating even when they stumble or forget a word. The role of confidence and fluency. Confidence is the engine that drives fluency. Fluent speakers trust themselves to convey their message, even when their vocabulary is limited or their grammar is imperfect. They don't let small errors stop them. Instead, they focus on the flow of conversation, ensuring their message gets across. Think of it like this. Confidence acts as a bridge between what you know and what you're able to express. Without confidence, even the most extensive vocabulary can feel out of reach. A real-life example. Imagine this. You're at a cafe and someone starts a conversation in English. If you feel confident, you'll likely smile, respond naturally, and keep the conversation going, even if you don't know every word. On the other hand, without confidence, you might freeze or avoid speaking altogether, missing a chance to practice. The good news is, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through practice and small successes. The goal: flowing conversations. Picture this. You're having a conversation and the words just flow. You're not stopping to think about grammar rules or searching your brain for the right word. You're simply speaking, and it feels effortless. This is the level of fluency most learners dream of, and it's 100% achievable. But how do you get there? It's not about memorizing thousands of words or spending hours a day on grammar drills. The secret lies in small, focused adjustments to how you practice. The power of small changes. Big improvements don't require dramatic changes. You don't need to transform your entire study routine or cram hundreds of new words in. Instead, focus on strategies that make speaking easier and more natural. Practice speaking daily, even if it's just for a few minutes. Start conversations with simple phrases and build from there. Use techniques like shadowing to train your brain to think in English. The first step on your journey to fluency is building confidence. Once you believe in your ability to communicate, every other skill, listening, vocabulary, grammar, will improve faster and feel easier. Confidence is the foundation, and from here, we'll explore the techniques to help you strengthen it and achieve your goals. Let's take the next step together. Chapter 2. The Power of Active Listening. If you want to speak English fluently, the first step isn't speaking, it's listening. Good listening skills lay the foundation for fluent speech. Why? Because when you listen carefully, you learn how sentences are structured, how words are pronounced, and how ideas are connected, naturally, by native speakers. Why does listening matter? Think of listening as your guide. It's like watching a chef cook before trying to replicate the recipe yourself. You're not just hearing sounds, you're observing how words fit together, how intonation rises and falls, and how certain expressions are used in real-life situations. This is what sets active listening apart from simply hearing words.